Proponents are required to get their shareholder proposal into the company's hands quite a bit of time before the annual meeting. This is another procedural basis for exclusion. The deadline period is 120 calendar days before the date on which the company released its proxy statement in the prior year. But the proponent doesn't have to do the math. The deadline is actually disclosed in the company's proxy statement from that prior year. So the proponent should go to the SEC filings for that particular company online, look for the section where the deadline is disclosed, and use that date as the deadline date. The reason it's 120 calendar days is to give the company sufficient time to decide whether to submit a no action request and then draft one and submit it to the SEC staff, have them make their determination along with time for the proponent to make any rebuttals to the company's arguments. So 120 calendar days is necessary. Now the 120 deadline is a bright line test, the deadline that's in the company's proxy statement from the prior year. If a proponent misses that deadline, tough luck. However, occasionally a proponent can make a successful argument that the company somehow caused the proponent to miss a deadline. That might work. When the proponent sends in its proposal, it should make sure that it gets proof of receipt and make sure that it addresses the proposal to the correct person, the person that's identified in the prior year's proxy statement. The proponent should not go online to the company's website and try to identify people they think should get the proposal, like the CEO or CFO. It should actually find the person identified in the proxy statement. Here's a few nuances. If the 120th calendar date falls on the weekend, the deadline then should be the Friday before the weekend. Another thing to know for the proponent is that the receipt date counts, the day the company receives the proposal, not the day that the proponent drops it in the mail. It'll be considered too late. Also note that a notice of an intention to submit a proposal isn't a submission. It actually must be the proposal itself that's submitted before the deadline passes.